Test. All right. This is just a quick one. A couple of things that fucking kind of pissed me off. I don't know what the hell people are thinking. When they do shit, when they say things, it's when I watched Rich's video. Rich is a PC gamer at heart. He plays on consoles, but he's a PC gamer. I become confused. You've been gaming on PCs, and he rightly points out it's not the Xbox One X is actually not a bad deal for $500. But the revisionist history you see in comment sections, you see in these fucking other people, these people who like to call themselves centrist and these fucking Sony ponies. No one but the craziest of crazy people thought open world games were going to be 4K 60. Nobody said that. Everybody was saying these open world games were going to be 30 frames a second. That's what they were going to be. The second thing I want to talk about real quick is why the fuck is everybody talking about these alpha builds like they're the final version of the game? Would you get angry if PlayerUnknown's Battleground is 4K 30 on a single map? Maybe there's a reason to not be happy about that. Would you rather 1080p 60? You know? Ark is doing 1080p 60 rather than 4K 30. And it's an unlocked frame rate regardless, so it doesn't really matter. But that's their goal, is 60 frames a second. But you're talking about the guy gets it. The PlayerUnknown Battleground gets his kit, which is practically just got his fucking kit, right? His development kit. And he gets the game running, and he's got the game running, and it's running at a pretty stable 30 frames a second. He just got his fucking goddamn developer kit. Just got it. For all the practical purposes, the game shouldn't even be running on most development kits. But it's already running, and it's running at a playable frame rate. It's unfucking believable, dude. When I see people, or I see like, oh, it's checkerboarding, or oh, it's dynamic. Yeah. And here's another thing. Rich brings this up. He's like, well, if, it'll probably just be ports from the PS4 Pro. Why would they port from the Pro? There are some games that are going to be console only, and they may port the Pro version. Right? But it's way easier for the developer to port the PC version over to the Xbox One X. You're not going to see a ton of Pro port to Xbox One X. You'll see PC port to Xbox One X. Much easier, uses all the same tools, everything. I don't understand the idea behind this complaining about resolution this early in the game. Look, people want native 4K and they want 60 frames a second. And Joker fucking went off about Phil Spencer saying that it wasn't 60 frames per second isn't the only thing that matters. It really isn't the only thing that matters. Is it important? Would I rather have 60 frames per second? Yes. As a PC gamer, 60 frames per second, I would prefer it over the 4K resolution. But let's not get this twisted. It's not the only thing that matters. There are significant value to having 4K. You have twice the amount of space you could see, or 4 times rather, the amount of area you could see. More powerful consoles can see further out with better draw distances. Things are crisper and clearer, so a guy who maybe you just looks like a smudge on a 1080p screen because he's far away is crisp and clear on a 4K screen. There are significant values, and I would put this forth. I think that you have more of an advantage with the Xbox One Pro controller versus a regular controller than you have 60 frames versus 30 frames. Just the difference in moving your finger off of your fucking stick and hitting a face button versus just hitting the buttons on the back, the little trigger switch, the little switch things. That difference is far, far greater than the delay difference between a 30 frame per second game and a 60 frame per second game. Huge difference in delay. So there's a lot of fucking bullshit going out there. People, fucking relax. We're fucking 5 months away from the launch, practically. A little bit less. Okay? 10 days less. And people are losing their mind like fucking, oh, they promised 4K 60. No. Even the uncompressed pixels had nothing to do with gaming. He was pointing out that gaming was the only place where you can get uncompromised 4K. Because it's everywhere else. Everywhere else, there's some kind of lost technology there, right? Gaming's the only silicon to screen rendering of 4K technology. That's what he's talking about. People fucking take shit way out of control. Uncompromised 4K. That's what they were speaking of. People need to just recognize that some developers are going to go ARC. It's going with 1080p 60. Are people going to be mad at that? Oh, who gives a fuck, dude? Every developer is going to do their own thing. Every single developer is going to do their own thing. Microsoft is delivering true 4K gaming like they said they would. Did Microsoft say, we will deliver true 4K 60 frames per second gaming? No. They just said we're going to deliver true 4K gaming. And open world is going to be 30 frames a second. Everybody that matters has been saying this from the beginning. Nobody, even Crap Gamer and Dealer and fucking Randall Thor and that whole group of people were saying 4K 30. And I don't understand all these fucking people losing their damn minds. Okay? I don't understand all these. And they're not really losing their minds. They're like trying to shove it into Xbox fans' faces, like as if, oh, you fucking, here you go. This alpha build of this certain game isn't 4K, true 4K, 8 million pixels. Who gives a fuck, dude? Is it going to be better than the PS4 Pro version? Probably. Is it going to run smoother? Yep. Are you going to better draw distances? Yeah. Yeah. It's going to have higher anti-aliasing? Yeah. Is it going to load faster? Yes. Is it going to be better? Yes. Is the difference going to be when you move from one console to the next? Are you going to see the difference? Probably. You'll probably see the difference. And it'll be probably pretty easy. If you start seeing fucking parity, it's done on purpose. And it's not the same. Like the power difference flop wise is about the same percentage wise as the Xbox One and the PS4 Pro, the base models. And but then you're factoring in all kinds of different things. You're factoring in that more RAM, faster bus speeds, significantly faster RAM, and these are equal now. These are equal across the board, so there's no longer having to play around with using ESRAM to get shit working. So it's straight across the board. Faster RAM, more RAM, faster CPU, faster GPU, faster everything. Faster everything. And if a game isn't going to take up the full amount of 9 gigs, then the rest of that will be swap RAM disk. And that can be a significant improvement in load times as well. A developer may not only need 5 gigs of RAM, right, to do whatever they're doing. And then they can take the rest of that 4 gigs and they can load up levels that are coming up or shit that's coming up, reducing texture pop in, reducing all kinds of shit. So I'm just telling you guys, stop. Is the Xbox One X better than the Pro? In every metric, it is better. It is a better system. Is $500 something hard to swallow? Yeah, it's hard to swallow. You got 6 months to swallow that $500. If it's interesting to you, you have 6 months to swallow that $500, less than $100 a month. Just save it up. If you get paid every week, that's like $25 a week. Just slate it. Take the $25 out. Really, you probably want to take $28 out, right? Because you got to pay for the fucking tax, unless you're in like Oregon or somewhere. You take that money out and you slide it away, right? What are you gonna buy with that? Were you gonna buy like pizza instead of buying the pizza? Put that away. Is that your pizza for the week? Yep. Fuck, no pizza for that week. You know, it's not that fucking much money if you plan for it. I was able to do that with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. That was $900 plus tax. And in the fucking 6 or so months before they came out, I was able to save that money. I was making a lot more money than I would make right now, but I was able to save that money, and that's what you got to do sometimes. I got an extra job, but that was for fixing this house. So anyways, that's really all I got to talk about. I just think people need to calm the fuck down on both sides of this shit. I do enjoy the trolling done by certain YouTubers, but the commenters, they're just dumb. You're just stupid. You look stupid trying to argue against the Xbox One. You could say your opinions. It's a little bit too expensive for me. As a value add, it's significant value add. More people play third-party games than they play exclusives. Oh, the Xbox One doesn't have exclusives. Well, all the other games, which is most of your fucking library, don't fucking lie to me. Look at that library of yours and then tell me most of your games are exclusive. And you'll be full of shit, unless you own a Nintendo device. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. I gotta get ready for work. I'm gonna try and work tonight. I am sick as hell. Peace out, guys.